Welcome, I'm Untitled Tonight. Special Army Court-Martial demotes Military Hospital Director from Major General to Brigadier General for unlawfully admitting foreign students for clinical training. Inspector General of Police sheds more light on security advice that led to postponement of Edo State governorship election, explains that credible security threats existed. Federal government concludes plans to improve access to healthcare delivery through information communication technology. And world leaders criticize North Korea's latest nuclear test, describe the action as irresponsible.
And on business news tonight, Economist advises the federal government to inject more cash into the financial system to speed up recovery from recession.
And in sports news, Roland Ezerike wins gold in powerlifting as Team Nigeria increased medal haul at the 2016 Paralympic Games in Rio.
And from Abuja, I'm Linda Akive. National Universities commissioned to collaborate with the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board to address challenges of admission into tertiary institutions and improve standard of new intakes.
We begin tonight with the conviction of the Director, 68 Reference Hospital, Yaba in Lagos State, Major General Patrick Falola, by a special court-martial of the Nigerian Army. Major General Falola, who has been demoted to the rank of Brigadier General, was accused of unlawfully admitting international students for clinical training without due clearance from the Army headquarters. The President of the Special Court-Martial, Air Vice Marshal James Boom, however, discharged and acquitted him on the second count of fraudulent misapplication of the hospital's property. The lawyer to Major General Falola criticized the conviction, saying it's an attempt to taint the record of his client. The judgment is, however, subject to confirmation by the Nigerian Army Council.
The court has taken into consideration the service record of the convicted senior officer, the touching plea in mitigation by the defense counsel, as well as the demeanor of the convicted senior officer. On the charge of the offense in relation to public health service property, punishable under Section 66, subsection A of the Armed Forces Act, Cap A20 laws of the Federation 2004, the sentence is a reduction in rank to Brigadier General.
On hearing of this kind of conviction, we know that it is based on nothing. There is no law, no instruction put on the ground by the armed forces that the senior officer needs to take permission from the higher authority before allowing such training. And no such law was tendered in evidence, no such instruction was brought in evidence. But they are saying that he should use his initiative. If you don't, when there is no law criminalizing an act, when that act is done, it does not amount to criminal offense.
The Inspector General of Police has been explaining the reasons for the security advice which led to the postponement of the Edo State governorship election earlier scheduled to hold tomorrow. Mr. IBRAHIM IDRIS says there are credible threats that necessitated the decision, but promised to ensure that the elections will be conducted seamlessly on the new date. He said this when he paid a courtesy call on the Edo State Governor Adams Oshomole at the Government House in Benin City, the Edo State capital.
It is no longer news that the Edo State governorship election has been shifted to September the 28th, following the advice of the police and the DSS on the matter. With the new date still about 3 weeks away, the Inspector General of Police appears not to be leaving anything to chance as he visits the state ahead of the exercise. During a courtesy call on the Edo State Governor at the Government House in Benin City, The police chief reveals the reason for his visit.
We come here to interact with our officers and with other colleagues from other security agencies to see that the election we're having in a few days' time is carried out in a seamless manner.
For Governor Adams Oshiomhole, there is need for the Inspector General of Police to pay special attention to some political cases that are yet to be resolved in the state. After the meeting with the governor, the IGP sheds light on the postponement of the election and the position of the police on election-related crimes.
We are taking the interest of the nation at heart, and that's why we called for the postponement of election at that time, so that we can address security issues adequately. Whatever we said, people should take us serious. They should not read political meanings into it. What I told His Excellency is that he should forward us most of the arrests that were made, some of them with, with the support of the members of the public. When we get this, I've directed the CP of the command to make sure that he revisits these cases and ensure that legal issues are obviously perfected to the latter.
With the new date for the poll now firmly fixed, the countdown has begun once again. This time, the electorate and the political parties are hoping that nothing will go wrong again to warrant another change of date.
And that's the president arriving at the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Airport in Katsina, the Katsina state capital, around 4:50 p.m. today on a 3-day private visit. President Muhammadu Buhari was welcomed at the airport by the Katsina state governor Aminu Bello Mazari, the deputy governor, the emir of Katsina and other government officials. President Buhari thereafter departed the state capital for his private home in Daura on board the presidential helicopter. He's expected to leave Katsina on Sunday. And the president will lead Nigeria's delegation to the 71st United Nations General Assembly, scheduled to begin at the UN headquarters in New York on Tuesday, September the 13th. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Jeffrey Onyama, made this known today at a news conference in Abuja. He said President Muhammadu Buhari will meet other world leaders and discuss issues including security, human rights and climate change. In the meantime, the Senate President has given the assurance that the upper legislative chamber will continue to work towards ensuring that things get better for Nigerians. Dr. Bukola Saraki was speaking after he joined President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa in Abuja to observe the Friday Jumat service. He appealed to Nigerians to be patient as this administration is making efforts to bring the country out of the current economic recession.
I think we will continue to appeal to Nigerians to bear. As we know, we're all going through very difficult times. By this period of time, like any challenge in life, every country, people will all go through challenges. But with prayers, with support, inshallah, we will overcome it. The most important thing is for us to stay together, give each other support, and continue to believe in this great country that we all have and stay together. And to be rest assured that we will all weather the storm and stay through together. And once again, as a country, we're this period of continuing to pray, most of our Muslims on Sunday, Day of Arafat, get prayers for our leaders, our president, and all of us to see that we can do what is right because we feel the pain. We know what the country is going through. And there is no Nigerian with any blood flowing through will not know that things are difficult, and we pray that with God's guidance we would see us through.
When the National Assembly resumes, the relationship between the National Assembly executive as we resume, when are you resuming?
Well, we're resuming on the 20th, and once we resume, we'll continue to play our own role in ensuring that things get better for Nigerians. Thank you so much.
The Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki. It's 3 days to the SALLAH celebrations, and the police are already beefing up security in some states in the northern part of the country. In the north-central state of Kaduna, officers have been deployed to strategic areas, including places of worship. Elsewhere, the Police Eminent People's Forum has been formed in Cross River State with an appeal from members that more should be done to stop militancy in the creeks.
Residents of Kaduna State, north-central Nigeria, are looking forward to a hitch-free SALLAH as the police have deployed security operatives across the state. Uniformed policemen alongside undercover operatives are placed at places of worship and other strategic locations, while a special squad of mobile policemen will man the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway to ensure the safety of travelers.
We want to assure the good people of Kaduna State of the readiness of the command to promptly respond to distress calls whenever there is need for that. And we are also ready to decisively deal with any person or group of persons who may in any way attempt to disrupt the peaceful atmosphere of the state.
In Bauchi State, northeast Nigeria, the police are also not taking any chances. Visibility policing, constant raids of black spots, foot and vehicle patrols and partnership with other security agencies are in place. Already the State Police Command says it has arrested over 68 persons suspected of belonging to a gang of kidnappers.
Snap operations were equally carried after coordinated technical intelligence in notorious criminal strongholds in Toro, Ganjua and the Ningi local government areas of the state. Remarkable success were recorded.
Down south, members of the Cross River State Eminent People's Forum are appealing to the police to deploy more patrol vehicles across the state to check activities of suspected militants in the creeks.
The aim of the forum is to interact with members of the public. We know their problems, we know where we are failing on our own duties, and we'll take adjustment.
During the inauguration of the group in Calabar, the state capital, the State Police Commissioner gave an assurance that the command will do all it can to secure lives and property, but explains that the people still have a role to play to help curb violence.
Political sentiments will not be a hindrance to the completion of all viable projects that will improve the lives of Nigerians. And this assurance is coming from the Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, at the commissioning of a regional water supply scheme in Otueke, Bayelsa State. The project, which was initiated by the former President Goodluck Jonathan, will provide potable water to 13 communities in the state. Now, that project was completed at the cost of 5.9 billion naira. In part two, after the break, National Universities commissioned to collaborate with Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board to address challenges of admission into tertiary institutions. That's in a moment. Please join us again.